What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Undrafted Opinions, where we give you another lens on the worldwide world of sports. I'm Richard Ridio.
I'm Jacob Bullard.
And welcome back. I apparently died last week from some kind of stomach flu, so that's why we didn't record really anything last week. But yeah, we're back again with some more sports. This episode of the Undrafted Opinions, we will be mostly just talking about transfers in the world of soccer / football, however you want to call it. We don't care. We just like the way they kick the ball.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. We will be starting with the biggest transfer of the summer, easily, hands down. Totally, no one saw this coming. Gigi Buffon. No, just kidding.
Honestly, I didn't see that one coming either.
Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo leaves Real Madrid for Juventus, which I was like, wait, is this actually gonna happen? Because you sent me like two photos.
There was a leaked photo. One of them ended up being fake, but there were like some leaked photos coming out early of like him with the
Juventus
jersey. Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, okay, that's nice, cool. But yes, I mean, you were happy because Serie next year is going to be pretty stacked. And
I was happy just for FIFA 19. Yeah, that's all I'm excited about.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. For like the FIFA players out there, obviously, it's like they probably want him as a striker. But yeah, I think it's an interesting transfer. I think it was 105 million.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's right. Euros, I think.
And then plus like another like 40 or 50 million for his salary, which is kind of interesting. Because like, wow, that's a lot.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but regardless, I've seen a couple of like commenters and analysts talk about how like Juventus might be going in the wrong way with this, but I think that's a good and bad thing. I think like obviously they already are addressing their backline of what I think they were trying to say. I'm not gonna say who they were. It was from ESPN FC on how they thought this transfer was kind of not needed. They think they need to fill in other positions, which some people can make good cases and bad cases for either side of them not investing in that. But I feel like Juventus does already have center backs there that'll be able to replace Chiellini and Barzagli eventually. Because, I mean, they already have Benatia there. They have Lugani, right?
Mm-hmm. And how it is.
And then they definitely have guys in their youth system. And I think they just bought someone, too. I don't remember who it was. I'll double check.
Probably someone from like one of their direct rivals.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they always do.
It's what you have to do in Serie. But you know, it's going to be kind of interesting because I think it continues. I think Juventus already won the league easily. I don't see Inter Milan or the other Milan or Napoli really challenging them again. What I thought was interesting was like if they were going to get rid of someone like Higuain as a result of this, which hasn't been done yet, so I don't know where he would go or if he would fit if he were to leave. But they also finished the transfer of Douglas Costa as well, which is kind of interesting. It's like they're starting to really stack up top.
Mm-hmm.
But midfield-wise, I mean, they have Matuidi, Khedira, who was the
Emre Can,
Marquisio. So it's like they have enough players in the midfield. Backline, I think they have enough. Their goalie replacement was at the moment is Szczesny, so I don't know how that's gonna work. You would think they would go like make a move for Donnarumma or so. Oh no, they got what's his name?
Perrin.
Never mind. So yeah, they'll have competition there.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna be fine regardless of like them.
They lost Lichtsteiner, so I'm not sure who's gonna play right back.
They'll find a replacement. I think they were gonna try to get Darmian in.
He's a left back.
No, he plays right back.
He sucks.
He still plays for Italy.
Is that a good thing?
He sucks.
Is that a good thing for Italy or a good thing for?
Well, he only plays for Italy because they put Florenzi in the midfield.
Purely for the purposes of FIFA 19, they should just put him in the midfield.
I don't know. We'll see. As of right now, it looks like a pretty good transfer. I think they'll have competition in Serie A, but not like they'll probably win the league with a month or two out of it ending. I would say.
I think it's really going to be up to. I think AC Milan is a big question mark. Lazio lost Felipe Anderson to someone in the Premier League. I want to say Watford, but I don't think that's right.
No, West Ham.
West Ham, that's right. So they've got, although I mean that means they have a little bit of money to spend. So who knows
35 million.
Who they'll replace? Yeah, but I mean,
35 million.
You could have got Shaqiri for 13 million.
I guess.
Anyway, I think the biggest thing that's going to cause there to not be any competition is that Napoli lost their manager. So it's just going to be interesting to see who steps in at Napoli. And like
Ancelotti did.
Is it really already?
Yeah, Ancelotti announced it as soon as he got sacked. Because I saw the end and they were like, you know, do that. I don't know how they do those.
That makes it really interesting then.
Yeah, I think Napoli will make a case, but I don't think they're going to be able to beat Juventus now.
I think Inter is going to finish above Napoli. I think Inter is going to be the biggest challenger. I think they have only because of Icardi
adding Rajan Angolan.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer in any of the Milan clubs at the moment. I wasn't a believer last year when they made all those big transfers. I just don't think they're consistently organized, or they're just consistent. They just seem to just fall apart against lower level opponents. Seems like.
Okay. Anyway, circle back to Ronaldo. I guess.
Yeah, but I think it's just like they'll eventually blend. They just need to get the right combination. I think that's what it is.
I think it's a really good move for Ronaldo. I think he ran the risk of staying too long at Real Madrid. Personally, I feel that way. So I think it's good that he stepped away. I think that Juve will definitely benefit. What I'm afraid of with Juve is how much they're paying him, because you see a lot of clubs, even a lot of like really big spending clubs like City, they're very controlling over their wage structure and like making sure that no one's getting paid like way more than anyone else. And I think that I saw that Ronaldo's wages are like 30 or 35% of all of their wages, like just Ronaldo by himself. So you run the risk of people becoming a little unhappy, or maybe Higuain.
He'd be the only one. He would be able to make the case for saying like, "Hey, why am I not at least getting like a little bit more money out of this?"
I think, I think it might only be him because I think Chiellini, Barzagli, those like older players have already proven their loyalty to Juve. I think they wouldn't raise too much of a fuss. But yeah, definitely Higuain. You don't want to cause a problem in the locker room.
Yeah.
Or dressing room.
Well, I think he already does that anyways by like crying when people score, and he doesn't. So.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see what the dynamic is with the team.
Yeah.
And where he plays too. I think the system is going to be really important. Whether like he's up with Higuain or if he's playing a left wing, like he did for Real Madrid, or at least like he has in the past for Real Madrid. I don't necessarily think he played that this past season. But yeah, really big move for Juve. I think they've definitely taken a big step in pursuing that Champions League title, because they've been, them and Atleti losing I think both of them lost 2 finals.
Yeah, I think and it's also taking a piece away from Madrid as well. It's a big one. I think isn't Benzema gone? I did see something on social media that it was like a farewell message or whatever, but I haven't heard heard a confirmation of that. Okay. But yeah, that was probably the biggest one so far. Like when I go back to what I originally said, Buffon's going to PSG, obviously.
I was really surprised.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not sure if it's a money deal for him.
He's never seemed like that sort of person to me.
Yeah.
But that kind of is what this feels like.
Yeah, but also
although it's not China, you could really make some money in like China.
Yeah, but I also think it's kind of weird because they have like already 2 goalkeepers there.
Yeah, but I would have listed goalkeeper as a weakness for them.
Okay.
Because like you're 2 people, you're looking at Trapp and Areola. Like I really don't think neither one of them are even. I guess Areola was on the France team for the World Cup. I think
he was on the bench,
but he was definitely the 3rd string goalkeeper. Like Mandanda would have been the one to replace Lloris, and Trapp is nowhere to be seen on the German front.
Yeah.
So I don't really think of either one of them as a world-class goalkeeper. And Buffon, even though he's definitely getting up there in age, I don't expect him to be there very long, like 1-2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know how long the contract was that he signed. But it's definitely an upgrade for them. I think they have too many other problems for this to really matter. But
Well, I think their aging back line isn't helping. And I think they haven't really... I mean, since Ibra's left, it seems like Cavani's been able to flourish, but also with the addition of Neymar, kind of makes it more interesting. Plus with Mbappe there, it's just like a lot up top, and then midfield-wise, it's just like they seem empty because of like what they got going up top. I feel.
I guess.
But they're not.
I feel that Thiago Motta has been underrated for them. Marco Verratti I feel is good but not great. I think really if I was PSG, the next signing that I would make is a center back. I think that they're going to need in the like very short term future they're going to have to replace one of David Luiz or Thiago Silva. I would actually lean towards replacing David Luiz first.
Wait, what do you mean David Luiz? David Luiz is on.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why. Who am I thinking of then?
Marquinhos.
No, Marquinhos is young. I was thinking of like another older goalkeeper. You're totally right.
Center back? No, they got rid of.
They did get rid of David Luiz, right?
I can't think of any other. I think they have a younger center back, but I don't remember his name. He's like French.
I forgot. I totally forgot who I was thinking of. Anyway, they're gonna need. I think they need to strengthen at center back.
Okay.
Regardless. So that's why, and they're probably paying Buffon a good amount of money. I think that's it. But they did get him on a free, so there wasn't any transfer. Money spent there, but.
Okay. You want to move to Spain?
Sure.
What's his name from Sporting Lisbon? Carvalho went to Real Betis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that
one. That was recent. I think it was either 13 or 18.
That honestly seems like a step down for him.
Yes and no. I think...
Bigger league, but smaller club.
The unfortunate thing is that I think the last World Cup, he missed that window of moving out of the league that he wanted to. If he wanted to go to somewhere bigger, I think the last World Cup, not this one, would have been the best one to do it. Or even after the Euros. But I think like he's already like, I don't know, downhill, but like he still, I feel like needs to prove something outside. So I think this is going to be another I think it'll be a stepstone for him if he succeeds.
Okay.
But also he's going to get playing time there for sure, I think, going in.
I mean, he was getting playing time.
Yeah, but playing time in like La Liga versus Liga NOS is like different.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm kind of surprised that he didn't move to like a middle tier Premier League team.
Maybe he couldn't find the right deal.
Yeah, possibly. Because I feel like moving to Betis, like I said, I think that feels like a step back to me, not a step forward.
Well, maybe he just wants the easier road.
I guess. I can't imagine that he's making more money
at
Betis than he was at.
If anything, I think like I thought he should have probably made a case for like Sevilla would have been more competitive. Would have been a better move.
Yeah, maybe, or like a Valencia.
Yeah. Just one of those more competitive teams. Real Madrid, I don't think has made any big transfers. Obviously, just selling
a couple of youngsters, I think.
Yeah. Barcelona, they sold they loaned out Paulinho again to China, which was like a weird move.
They lost Iniesta.
Yeah, they lost Iniesta, who's going to Japan. They really haven't. I don't think they've bought anyone this summer, which I think they really do need to do in the midfield, especially. Who that is, that can be anyone in the world, because anyone that's not wearing a Real Madrid jersey that's not going on a free, basically. I think they can probably try to get, but who that is, who knows? I mean, Busquets will be there, so I think they need a more of a creative midfielder. Obviously, because Iniesta is gone.
I think that person. I think that person can be Coutinho, and they can replace Coutinho on the wing rather than buying a midfielder.
Okay.
And I also think that would be easier.
They did get rid of De La Feu to.
Yeah, he went back to Watford.
Yeah.
But he was never.
He was in the equation until Dembele came over. Yeah. So, which he hasn't really done anything like too spectacular. He scored a couple good goals.
He was injured. He got injured really early.
Yeah, but I'm saying like after that though, he didn't really like.
Yeah, that's true. He
wasn't like a spark plug.
Yeah.
Which I think this year will probably get his footing in. But yeah, I think they still need to make some kind of midfield.
And they're going to need to think about replacing PK in the not too distant future as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because Titty's there. That's another thing. I think they really, Spain's really lacks center back development at like a class where you have a PK, a Pollo, or.
I just think that all those guys play at Real Madrid.
Yeah,
like Nacho and.
Well, Bardes doesn't play in.
Oh, that's right. Bartra doesn't play there anymore. Bartra is at Betis, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He left Dortmund. Yeah. Also, Atleti. Not that he was big for them in the last couple of years, but Torres is gone.
Yeah, he went to Japan too.
Oh, did he?
I think so. Yeah, either Japan or China.
And they signed very sought after winger Thomas Lemar from Monaco.
Yes. Which is I think it's a good move for him.
Yeah, and I think it's a good move for Atletico Madrid, especially now that they're keeping. It was announced that they're keeping Griezmann, so I think that's really good for them. Obviously, the two of them have already played together for France, and I think that Thomas Lemar is just a really good young winger. There was a lot of rumors of Liverpool or Arsenal. I think he came really close to joining Arsenal. Last time. But Monaco didn't want to. Because Monaco had just lost Mbappe, they lost Bernardo Silva. They were losing people left and right last summer, so I think they wanted to try to hold on to a couple people.
But I think they seems like they know what they're doing with investing in younger talent.
Definitely, yeah.
And bringing them up and then playing them there. So it seems like they're probably already prepared to lose him. So we'll see what new rising star comes out of Monaco this upcoming year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think hopefully they can hold on to him too, because I feel seems like anyone that goes to Atleti, they eventually just leave
it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Real Madrid or Barcelona come calling.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Well, not even that. What's it called, Jackson, right? That came over from he came over from Porto, and then he just moved to China, and then same with Carrasco.
Yeah, I remember Carrasco's moved to China. I don't remember the other one.
He was a striker. He only played 6 months there, basically, and then moved on.
Oh, I don't remember the name.
Okay. Anyways, you want to move on to either the Bundesliga, because I don't really.
Can't think of too many.
Because everyone's just basically selling there, and they're not really big buyers. If anything, they're going to be buying in small players. I know Dortmund got sold Durham,
yeah.
Durham, yeah, to, I believe it was in the Premier League, but I think it was Huddersfield.
Okay.
Something like that. So
Roman Weidenfeller retired for Dortmund, but Berkey had already overtaken him.
Yeah.
For you U.S. national team fans, Bobby Wood moved from Hamburg, yeah, to Hanover 96.
Okay.
I think that's a loan, not a transfer though.
It seemed like he wasn't getting enough playing time, I guess. That's probably what it was.
I think he was just struggling. I think that if this next season doesn't go well for him, he's going to be sold.
Okay.
I think maybe the clock is ticking a little bit for him.
Yeah, same with him. Well, Julian Green's 23. I think, or 22.
I always forget that he even exists.
Yeah, so he still has a little bit of time. But I think he had a good showing the last time in the international play that we had with France.
There's someone, I know there's one that I'm forgetting. Oh, Bayern Munich signed Leon Goretzka from Schalke.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Which is, typical Bayern Munich. Anyone good from any of their competitors are oh, we'll take that, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think with Schalke, I think they have McKinney now there at the midfield, so he's getting decent playing time. Well, I'm saying they know how to replace their guys. If they're going to sell a guy, they're going to know how to replace him. They got rid of Draxler and then replaced him.
Okay.
They're not at that level, I think, of a couple years ago where they're playing in Champions League consistently, but players want to move on, and you got to get the money for them. So I don't. Do you know how much the transfer was for?
I want to say somewhere around 40, but I don't know for sure. Okay. I don't remember.
Well,
it was really early. They announced it right after this. I think it might have even been really before the season was over that it was going to happen.
All right. Well, that makes sense though. I would say that. He's an up and coming star. he probably wants to play Champions League consistently and not have to worry about. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's always the Pulisic talk to like Liverpool. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen this year.
Please no.
Anyone else that I can think of? Lewandowski, I think at the end of the year was always a talk of going to Real Madrid. Might happen still if Benzema probably leaves, so that definitely there's a void that needs to be filled there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Even though the season's going to start pretty soon, I mean, everyone's already going to start doing the summer games or whatever.
Preseason is this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Preseason tournaments, whatever you want to call them, it's already starting up. But a lot of the players are going to take some time off the World Cup, are not going there, like straight to there. A lot of the players that missed the World Cup and whatnot are going to be there. Premier League wise, I mean, your club, I don't even know who. I know you guys loaned out Palmer Brown. That's all I really know about your transfer activity.
Palmer Brown went out. Southampton bought our third string goalkeeper, Angus Gunn, for like 16-17 million. There's been some talk that I'm totally blanking on his name right now, and I don't know why. The bright light's getting to me. The Ukrainian kid.
Oh, I don't know his name, but I know you're talking about because I always buy him.
Zinchenko, Alexander Zinchenko. There's been some talk that he's going to be sold, which I don't really know how I feel about. I think that I would rather keep him, especially since he basically got stuck at left back for most of last season because of Mendy's injury, and then Delph got hurt.
Yeah.
The big one for City so far is Riyad Mahrez from Leicester.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah. That's the one.
I don't know. He's 27 and he's the oldest of our wingers. So I don't really understand what the point was, unless your plan. We talked about this I think last week. Unless their plan is to move Bernardo Silva off the wing into the middle. And because it was always thought when we signed Bernardo Silva from Monaco that he was going to be the one to replace David Silva. So maybe that's their plan, where Bernardo Silva is going to be moved into the middle and Mahrez will be on the right. But even then, I mean, we have Sterling and Sané on both wings, and I don't see Riyad Mahrez as replacing either one of them, especially with the fact that both of them have time under their belts, like in Pep's system. I think it's like a very specific system and something that is a little bit more difficult to just pick up on than almost any other manager. So I'm not really sure how Mahrez is going to fit in. Although I guarantee you he'll be a better finisher than Raheem Sterling. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, it's just like the wake up.
That being said, Raheem Sterling scored more than 20 goals last year. But I mean,
he should have had like 30.
Yeah, I know, I understand, but he scored more than 20 goals last year.
Yeah, I think he's a good fit for now. I think not that you guys. I mean, you guys already won the league last year, so like you're going to be up there, on the top again. I think it throws more competition between Sterling, Sané, and Mahrez, and then if Bernardo Silva does move into the middle, I think that's not phasing David Silva out, but maybe it's just kind of like shadowing in a way, just figuring out how that works. I think Mahrez just jumping in, like I think he'll be like, all right, how do I win a title here? That's got to do that. All right, I'll do it. Like I think that's what he wants. Or is willing to do. I think, and then if anything doesn't work out, you just sell him next summer or by
I guess. So. I part of the problem is that moving Silva into the middle, Bernardo Silva into the middle, is that we're already stacked in the middle. With like Delph is not a left back, he is a midfielder. Delph, Gundogan.
Well, he's gonna go back to the bench.
Fernandinho. Yeah. We got to fill that English quota though.
Exactly.
But like Delph, Fernandinho, Gundogan, David Silva, De Bruyne, like we have a whole bunch of midfielders. And I don't know. I'm curious to see how it'll work.
Yeah. For United, I know that we got Fred. I'm blanking on the Portuguese fullback that we just signed from Porto. I have to double check his last name. I know the day we signed him, I saw like the United stuff. I know we signed like a $1 million like transfer for one of Stoke's goalies, but I'm 90% sure it said he was 23 or 35, so Leaf Holmes. I'm pretty sure that was his name.
Okay.
I know we did sign a like 16-year-old kid, a U.S. midfielder kid. Didn't say his name though. I saw it, but I know he did that. Other than that, I mean, I know that we've been in the talks for the Celtic left back. I think it's Tierney. I think that's his last name.
Yeah.
He's always been on like our radar since like the last 2 years. He's been on my radar for like the last like 5 years.
Hashtag FIFA career mode.
Hashtag FIFA career mode. Yeah, that kid knows how to play. But yeah, I think we need to figure out either if we need to keep players or not, or get rid of them. Ashley Young, Luke Shaw, all of our like fullbacks basically, or I think are on like, hey, do we need to start replacing these guys, or not? I think that's what the big question is for me. That's the only one I want to be answered. I think the midfield, I think we have enough there, especially adding Fred, who can also play out. I feel like he can play out wide as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He has enough pace to play right behind the striker or number 9, or he can go out wide. So I think we're starting to get players that Mourinho wants in a way. I don't
in year 3.
Yeah. Well, no. In the sense of like that he's actually like seems like he actually wanted. I think Sanchez fits our system a little bit better on the counterattack kind of players. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We're trying to get counterattacking players, basically, because we can't seem to formulate an attack at all.
I'm sorry, but every time I see that someone transferred to United with Mourinho there, every time it's like, oh, Fred signed Fred Mendes. I was like, hope he likes defending.
I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be different. I think Alderweireld's talks have been opened up again since the World Cup's ended.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I definitely would love to have him on the team. Add some even more competition to what our pool of center backs that I think we have that are more than capable of playing for Mourinho's system. It's just like they're consistently always getting hurt, so that's why everyone plays. So either if it's Bailey or Bailey, whatever you want to say his last name, Jones, Smalling, Lindelof. I know Blin's already gone. He just I think he's going back to Ajax.
Okay.
So center back wise, I mean, we are not saying like, oh, we're stacked. No, we just have a competitive pool of players at the moment, and then we're getting Fosu Mensah back as well, which I'm hoping either he.
Oh, I totally forgot about him. He was at Palace.
Yeah, he was
year,
at
right?
Palace.
Okay.
So hopefully either figure out the midfield or maybe it's going out right back and then pays out. Not that I don't want Antonio Valencia, it's just I don't want Antonio Valencia anymore because I feel like he's not an actual right back. I feel like he has enough pace, obviously, to get back, but I think to get a more natural right back, I think I would be more comfortable with.
You would replace Valencia before you replace Ashley Young?
Oh, no. Yeah, both.
Okay. Just making sure that. I was like, really? Valencia's the one? Okay.
No, it's just like he's so hesitant on crosses. It's just annoying to watch. And
okay.
It's like, I don't think he fits the system. I think that's what it is, too. Like, I get the defensive system, but I feel like he doesn't. I mean, he crosses the ball, but it seems like it doesn't really fit. It's just not very.
I want City to sign a fullback. We need another left back.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a single City game next year with Zinchenko or Fabian Delph playing left back.
Yeah, but I think Mendy will be back and then he'll fill.
Well, yeah, but
he'll be the starter off the bat.
He tore his ACL last year.
Yeah, but like he was on the World Cup squad. So I think
no, he played at the end of last season. Like he came back, but I mean, just like we can't have just one left back on the roster. Is my point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then also I want to see some younger players, Angel Gomez too, to get some playing time.
What about McTominay? Do you think that like them signing Fred is a problem for him?
No, because I think he's proven he's able to play, especially in the Champions League, and he showed a lot of maturity, I think, too. And I think Mourinho really likes him as well. So, because there's always those, we're always gonna have like Mata or not Mata, Matic or Pogba or Herrera. We always have injuries. So he's always that guy that can step up regardless. Okay. So I have enough faith in him that he'll get playing time. Same thing with Rashford. I'm not too sure about this past year, but I know last year, the year before, he definitely had the most minutes out of any other player because he got subbed on. He was basically our number one sub, or he started enough games. So he had I think it was the most appearances, and that's what it was. So I'm not too worried about him. I'm just saying working in the younger players with the players that we brought in and the already veteran players that we have there. I think that's what I like seeing the most. But the problem is that the system already sucks, so it doesn't really matter.
Discussion for another day.
Yeah, that's another discussion. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I want to transfer league. But moving on, we can talk about other transfers. Serie going to Fulham, which is kind of a neato one. I think that's going to be interesting for them. From what I remember, they already have a decent midfield. From what I've seen in FIFA and the couple of games I actually saw them this year with the championship game, and a couple of games I just like watched YouTube highlights and stuff. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know if they made a permanent deal with Chelsea with Klaus. So now Tim Ream's there. It's gonna be interesting to see them. Obviously, Felipe Anderson's going to West Ham, but that's not going to do anything to help him out because they already are.
And
the best they're going to get is mid-table, unfortunately.
Oh crap! Who was it that also signed for West Ham? Oh, Jack Wilshere.
Oh yeah, Jack Wilshere. The Portuguese goalkeeper is going to Wolves.
Rui Patricio.
Yeah, she got on a free.
Yeah.
I think this year we'll definitely. I think Fulham and Wolves are definitely going to be able to challenge to just stay alive. I don't think they're going to be able. They're not going to just sit there and like just take it.
Remind me of the third team that came up. Derby.
Derby.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much activity from them from what I remember so far. And obviously Shaqiri going to Liverpool, and then them also getting Keita.
Naby Keita, from Leipzig.
And then there's another signing they got.
Fabinho from Monaco.
There you go, yeah. So I think they're making better changes over there as well.
I think what that's giving them most is depth.
Yeah.
I think that's like the last thing that they lack, because like without Salah, like an injury to Salah or injury to Sadio Mane or Firmino, like any of those front three, like there's not an equivalent to replace them with. I think personally, I feel that Shaqiri could end up being one of the like steals of the summer. He had a £13 million release clause because Stoke were relegated. So it's a great deal for Liverpool, and I really feel that Shaqiri fits that style to a T. I think that's going to be a really good move for them, and he's going to be a really good addition to their squad.
I think it's also a good thing because I think he reads his game a little bit better than the guys they have there, because he seems like there's like attacks where he's like, I can hold the ball and not have to, have that kind of attack. But that might be a back play. It just depends on how the system works. But I think he's good at holding the ball at times, and then it's gonna be interesting to see because he does make a lot of good runs. We saw that at the World Cup, and I've seen that at Stoke.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm worried about for Liverpool, and it's only because it's something that always worries me with City, is they lack any height up front. Jordan Henderson might be their tallest player, not in the defense. And I'm not really sure how tall Henderson is, but Naby Keita is under 6 foot. Shaqiri is obviously very short, and then like Salah, Mane, Firmino, like none of those guys are that tall either. So I know that just from experience watching so many City games, like that's a problem that we have with like Aguero up front, David Silva, De Bruyne. Like we don't have anyone to win headers in the box. So because every once in a while you need to play that way.
Hi man, sign Peter Crouch
to get some. Yeah, I guess every once in a while you have to play that way, just like if you can't find your way through, and you don't want to. I feel like City have pigeonholed themselves, kind of where they're not going to be able to do that. And
but
Liverpool
you're already up 5-0 at half. So
sometimes we're already up 5-0, but not always that way.
But I think it's just the way the play style. So I think Klopp's like either we win the game 4-0 in the beginning or we don't.
Or we draw.
But yeah, I think where Jack Butland goes as well. I think it's interesting to see. I thought Jack Butland would have been in a Liverpool jersey by now, so we'll see.
I think it looks like what's going to end up happening is that Liverpool are going to sign Alisson from Roma.
Okay. That's
more and more the indications are that that's going to happen. So that'll be big for them to have an actual goalkeeper.
Oh, damn. Shots fired.
As long as he doesn't get a concussion, they'll be good.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything big that I've seen that was like really noticeable in the Premier League.
I think through the other teams real quick.
Yeah, I think the biggest...
Jorginho at Chelsea, but I don't really know how big an impact he's going to have there.
Yeah, we'll see, because I think they already have a decent midfield. It just depends on if Morata shows up.
I guess we didn't get to Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Socrates, Lichtsteiner, and Leno.
Yeah, those are, But I don't think it's going to do anything.
And this will be Unai Emery's first year as well. So
yeah, we'll see. I don't have a lot of faith in Arsenal. I think they'll be competitive.
I actually think I would be willing to put a little bit of money down.
See if they win the league?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let's not get carried away. Okay? But I would put them in for second place.
Okay.
Because just in my head, what always frustrated me about what Arsene Wenger did was that he would not start Aubameyang and Lacazette together. With like how I picture their team is Aubameyang and Lacazette up front and Ozil behind them. And that, at least on paper, is ridiculous. And if those three people could figure out how to play with each other, I think they could be really dangerous, especially after them adding Socrates. So they have Koscielny, Mustafi, and Socrates to work through as their like center back options, and then whether or not Bellerin and Kolasinac, whether or not Leno turns out to be any better than Petacek, or if even Petacek is there, who knows? Come the start of the season, but I really feel like they should be much more dangerous than they have been. I think Emery will implement a different system that'll make the most out of those players because they have good players on their books.
Yeah. And that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know any other transfers I gotta think of. I know Wayne Rooney came over to the United States.
DC United.
That's basically it. There's no big U.S. transfers that I saw. Besides obviously Bobby Wood.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a little disappointed that like Iniesta, like none of the MLS teams made a run at Iniesta or Fernando Torres. You know what I mean?
They might have.
It's a little disappointing, but I think all the big cities already have their slots already taken. So maybe if anything, he's going to a smaller city. I think he would have fit good in like the Houston area because there's a Spanish speaking area there. So it would have been interesting to have him go down to Houston or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So that's been our Undrafted Opinions. We're going to be doing a lot more of this. If anything, we'll be doing more preseason stuff for the Premier League, Serie and all that jazz. And then I'll get...
European football preseason and American football preseason.
Yeah, and then I'll start getting the NCAA stuff and NFL stuff going too. I just got to do stuff now. Fuck. Let us know down in the comments down below if we missed anything, any other cool details that we missed. Also, let us know who you think won this transfer window so far of July 17th, right? July 17th. I'm right. I'm correct. I changed the calendar up there. Finally. But yes, that's been our Undrafted Opinions. Unfortunately, I think today's the All-Star game. Unfortunately. I don't know. It was weird. Did you watch the red carpet stuff?
No.
It was weird, dude.
I don't care about that.
They had Carlos Pena and some other dude, and every player would walk in. He's like, "Oh, dude, you look sick, bro. You sick. You look sick." I'm like, the hell is going on? But
I don't care. I watched the Home Run Derby last night. It was lit.
I think it's a better system how they ran that, but how they run it on a timer.
Times versus the outs.
Because the outs are slower. Timers like, oh god, and kind of makes it more like basketball with a buzzer going on and stuff.
Okay, sure.
God damn, dude. All right, so that's been Undrafted Opinions. We'll see you guys later. Bye.